This is Valley View News.
A talent show was held at CSUN to raise money for people with autism.
And I think it's good for the city of Los Angeles.
NASA is preparing the retired Space Shuttle Endeavour for its permanent display at the California Science Center.
Try to get rid of this horrible disease.
And cancer research was the center of attention in Beverly Hills at the 26th annual Odyssey Ball. Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Brittany Johnson.
And I'm Jenna Contreras. Air traffic controllers will now be required to get 9 hours of sleep between shifts. Supervisors will also have to work more overnight hours. This comes after the latest incident when a pilot had to land in Reno, Nevada without any help because an air traffic controller was asleep at his post.
They're not answering the phone line either. We're going to need to land. Landing will be at your own risk.
This is the 7th time a controller has been found sleeping on the job since the start of the year. Florida Congressman John Mecca says the issue isn't how many controllers are employed, but how they are used.
Air traffic controllers who make on average $163,000 a piece are professionals, but even the best professionals need some recurrent training.
Last week, FAA officials toured the country visiting controllers to hear their concerns.
Scientists say they have developed the world's biggest computerized map of the brain. The program developed by the Allen Institute for Brain Science in Washington is called the Human Brain Atlas. It's a research tool that will help understand how the brain works and aid new discoveries for treatment and disease. The information comes from the analysis of two brains using high-tech imaging like the MRI. Researchers say the so-called brain maps have limitless potential in the fight against the disease.
April is Autism Awareness Month, and CSUN students are hosting events to raise funds to battle autism. The Communication Association raised money in an entertaining and educational way. Dina Betancourt has the story.
Love don't live here anymore.
The Communication Association hosted a night filled with loads of singing, spoken word, and even some belly dancing. Performers showed off their talent at the CA's Autism for Autism event. CA's event is one of many for the autism campaign by Unified We Serve on campus. While the evening included all types of talent, CA members also took moments and provided audience with some facts on autism.
An estimated 1.5 million individuals in the U.S. and tens of millions worldwide are infected by autism. Studies suggest.
CA President Sandra Corpus says they took the opportunity to spread the word in any way they could.
They've asked other clubs on campus to host an event and join them in this autism campaign, autism awareness campaign.
CA Treasurer Gina Abruzzese, who read some poetry, also did a little salsa dancing. Abruzzese says she was glad to have a successful turnout.
It was awesome. It was really good. I mean, we were really trying hard because spring break was a week before, and so we felt like people were just going to be out of it and whatever. So we just started promoting like crazy in our classes and putting flyers everywhere, and we all grabbed the most talent we knew.
Of course, no talent show is complete without the celebrity impersonations.
Donald Trump might run. You're fired. I always turn to Woody Allen. You're fired. Hi, guys. I don't think we ever said hi, guys. In this.
Philly Cash says his performance was worth it.
I couldn't say no when I heard about it. Yeah, good turnout. The people loved it, you know. What more can you ask for?
Autism research estimates that 1 in every 110 children are diagnosed with autism. The funds raised at this event will be donated directly to Autism Speaks. In Northridge, I'm Dina Betancourt for Valley View News.
Reverend Jesse Jackson is denying claims of harassment and discrimination against a gay employee. Tommy Bennett filed a complaint alleging Jackson forced him to perform uncomfortable tasks. Such duties included escorting women for Jackson into hotel rooms and cleaning the room afterwards. Bennett claims he was fired unjustly in 2009 when the job atmosphere became what he called increasingly bad and homophobic. The PUSH organization said it is fully cooperating and expects to be fully exonerated.
The operators of the stricken Japanese nuclear power plant say they hope to stabilize the facility's reactors by the beginning of next year. The plan for the Fukushima power plant is the company's most concrete timetable for resolving Japan's nuclear crisis. Emergency crews have struggled with the disaster at the plant since early March when the earthquake and tsunami struck the nation's northeast coast. Several explosions have rocked the plant, which has leaked radiation into the air, soil, and water. Workers are focusing on trying to cool the reactors, but their plans have often seemed poorly conceived and executed. Japanese regulatory officials have decided to raise the severity rating of the disaster to the highest level by the international standards. Analysts estimate the Tokyo Electric Power Company will have to spend more than $100 billion to compensate residents and businesses near the plant.
President Obama has signed the federal budget for the remainder of the 2011 fiscal year, avoiding a potential government shutdown. Lawmakers said the deal included $39 billion in budget cuts. A review by the Congressional Budget Office said the drop in spending would be closer to $25 billion. The next battle the White House and House Republicans face is expected to be about raising the limit on the national debt. Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner said the U.S. will reach its borrowing limit of more than $14 trillion by the middle of May.
The online poker industry could be wiped out by criminal charges against top executives in the business. 11 people, including the founders of the 3 largest poker websites open to U.S. players, were charged by a federal grand jury. The charges included bank fraud, money laundering, and violating gambling laws. The FBI shut down 2 of the site's Full Tilt Poker and PokerStars and are working to do the same with the third, Absolute Poker. Congress tried to shut down the industry by enacting an anti-gambling law in 2006, but most sites found ways to work around the measure.
NASA is preparing the retired Space Shuttle Endeavour for its permanent display at the California Science Center in Los Angeles. It will cost a lot to bring the shuttle to LA, but as my co-anchor Brittany Johnson found out, Angelinos are excited to have the shuttle touch down.
The Endeavour Space Shuttle is set to touch down right here in Los Angeles at the Science Center. The Space Shuttle was built in Palmdale in 1987. The California Science Center already has a strong air and space facility housing the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo space capsules. These space modules will be moved over to the new building when the Endeavour arrives in early or mid-2012, but NASA says they'll have some work to do on it in Florida before its big display. It is estimated it will cost $28.8 million to transport and display the orbiter, and even more money to construct the new Air and Space Gallery. But despite the sky-high price, it seems as if locals are looking forward to the space shuttle coming to town.
I think the local tourism will be greatly increased by the space shuttle, and I think it's good for the city of Los Angeles.
Me, myself, I think it would be a good thing as far as history is concerned, you know, finding out, for the children, finding out where different things are coming from, you know.
Well, I feel if it's going to launch into something, you know, educational for the kids, because nowadays there are kids at age 15 and 16 years old that are trying to be pilots. Maybe they can get more information on, you know, exploring somewhere else with a shuttle like that.
But for these 1.4 million visitors a year, many of them children,
we get to go in for free.
It's free for visitors with priceless educational benefits.
Good opportunity for our kids who haven't seen the Space Museum and how technology really works in the spaceships.
I would like to be an astronaut, but hopefully that NASA's still working, like it's not retired.
NASA says they'll be strapping the shuttle onto the back of their modified 747 and flying it over here. The 122-foot shuttle cannot be dismantled, so experts are still working on the logistics of how they will get the shuttle inside the museum. In Exposition Park, I'm Brittany Johnson, Valley View News.
CNN reports many public schools across the country do not provide easy access to water. The Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act of 2010 requires that clean water be easily available in school. According to the new federal law, school districts will have to provide water in students' eating areas, but the law doesn't discuss accessibility. However, advocates say many schools do not even provide cups for students. CNN reports that the only option for many students is to wait at the water fountain that is shared among hundreds. Educators say that there are other factors included in this issue, but school districts are trying to figure out an inexpensive solution.
After the break, one organization has made it a mission to educate people about depression and mental illness.
And a 6-year-old takes a ride in his family's van, and he's the one driving.